Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for our episode of our daily energies, the sweet and the salty, and everything in between. So we're going to go ahead and start off with our love, and well, let's just do everything. Let's see what the cards have to say. While I'm shuffling, if you want to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. So we're going to start off with the Nine of Stencils. Just like the Nine of Pentacles. Any other messages for Tuesday's energies? The Four of Stencils. All right. Okay. And we have the Papa of Brushes and the Papa of Buckets. A lot of male energy. Well, someone's holding on tight to their money, and someone is a lot of interesting energy. Bottom of the deck is the Mama of Brushes, so this is the Queen of Wands. With her, she is a dynamite, sexy woman, very strong, independent woman, very caring and loving though. And willing to be able to do what's necessary. So we're going to start off with the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles, or Nine of Stencils, is Pentacles. So with that, it is a, it's a woman that usually, it's usually surrounded with Nine Pentacles around her. She's an independent woman. She can take care of herself. She is able to provide for herself. And here you have this wonderful picture of a girl with a pearl earring. And so she is an independent woman. She takes care of herself. She takes care of her family. She is beautiful, and an independent woman. Here it's on a building here, and I love that they've included the building. So it's kind of like it's looking into the life, looking into a glimpse into that future of going into that Ten of Pentacles and having that, the dream of your, I wouldn't say your adulthood dream, of having a family, having property, having a mortgage, or having, your own property that you can call your own. And here it's like, it's, it looks to me like apartments. So like going from an apartment, or going from that intermediate state of being a young woman, on that verge and cusp of then, going to that Ten of Pentacles. So being an independent, strong woman, and being able to support yourself while you're waiting for, somebody to come in. And, obviously something's coming in because you have two kings here. So a nice, wonderful, independent woman that's holding on. She's holding on because you got the Four of Pentacles, and look at all that money. You got your hands full of nothing but money, money, money. So much money that it's falling out, and excuse me. And so, again, an independent woman that's doing what needs to be done. This is a guy, obviously he looks like he's a stockbroker and he's stealing the money. But I feel like it's, going back to that hard working woman, or maybe investing, but holding on to your hard-earned money, and really being able to create that stability. And then we have the Papa, or the King of Brushes, the King of Wands, and then the King of Cups. Both obviously great male energies. One's more emotional, Brushes is Wands, and so Wands is more about passion, and then the other one is more about the emotions and the love. In here, the passion, you have Abraham Lincoln, and so he, in here he's homeless though, and pushing a cart that has things in it. But he, to us, in the United States, he represents integrity, and loyalty and a foundation for a better future and a better tomorrow. And thinking about being homeless, is that yeah, they might be homeless, but they have a lot of passion in their hearts, and they have a lot of that integrity and honesty and humble, you know, um, and such. So you do have an energy, a male energy that is coming in, that do represent those type of traits of having that passion and having um, that integrity. Sorry, I feel like I got to sneeze again. Um, and then we have the King of Cups, and so the King of Cups, as you see here, he's not looking towards us, and he's really looking towards the left. So like he's kind of shyly looking towards the woman, but he doesn't want to show himself. He doesn't want to be vulnerable and to wear his heart on his chest or on his sleeves. He's holding on to it. He wants to be able to give it away, but he's still too shy. He's really, really shy about it. But he is a king. He is firm, and he is in his strength. So two great energies. Let's find out a little bit more. Okay, can you... Oh, no, let me actually finish what I was going to say first. Can you clarify the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Stencils? Can you clarify the Nine of Stencils? Nine of Stencils. Nine of Stencils, please. Clarify the Nine of Stencils. Okay, let's do one more card. One more card. Sorry, I did say one more card the last one. Let's just do one more, even it out. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So actually, I'm going to pull the rest of them. For the Four of Stencils, you can fast forward this if you would like, because it might take a moment or two. The Four of Stencils. 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 King of Buckets. King of Cups. King of Cups. That's interesting. Okay. Very interesting. All right, so starting off with the the Nine of Pentacles here, it looks like that you are going to have some victory, that there, you know, within your standing of this Nine of Pentacles, that you're going to be victorious over over something you've been stuck on. So with the Hangman, normally it's about not being able to move forward. It's not being able to do anything about a situation, but to be forced to take a pause until you can get enlightened about the situation. But now in reverse, and I don't usually do reversals, but it was called to do the reversal for me, is that now it's time that you're unstuck. You've had clarity, you know what's going on, and it's time for you to move forward, and move forward with confidence and quick messages, okay? And you'll be victorious on this. You know, you'll have that strength to be able to get the messages across that you need to. Then for the Four of Pentacles here, it's very interesting because the Four of Pentacles, we do have, it's holding on tight to your independence, and to that strength, because that is the Nine of Pentacles. So we do have that double emphasis on your independence. So holding tight, and not really being open to have others, because you're holding on too tight right at the moment. So you have to open up. You have to be willing to allow others to come in, because there is a Knight of Cups coming in. There is a small token of passion that is coming in. This, you know, Ace of Cups is coming into you. This new beginning for passionate new start is coming towards you. You know, he's not really the fastest of the bunch, but he's moving towards you. And it's kind of like, though, is that you're kind of feeling, because of how slow that he's moving, that you're going to be left out in the cold. Excuse me. And that in your independence, that, I mean, you're holding on so tightly that you might miss this opportunity of someone coming in, and that you might just be left out in the cold, and left in, you know, kind of in despair and sadness, because you're not going to be able to see this off coming in. Now again, you do have two kings coming in, and excuse me. Again, this reading, I don't know why I'm sneezing so much for it. But you do have the two kings coming in, and with the first king, with the first option, the first guy, you have the King of Brushes and the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is going to bring a truthful new beginning. It's going to be set in honesty. It's going to be, you know, it's what's coming in, you know, from the divine. You know, here's this hand coming in mysteriously, you know, divinely offering you clarity and offering you a new beginning in being victorious and knowing that this is where you need to go, you know. And then on here, which is kind of ironic, we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, he's just bored. He's like, you know, this king's offering it, but are you looking at it? He's kind of waiting, you know, for you who's holding on tight. You're holding on tight, but you're looking at these three and at this joy, and you're like, I'm kind of bored with just, you know, partying and celebrating all the time, and I want that cup of fulfillment. I want that Ace of Cups, and here it is. But it's not coming in as the Ace of Passion. It's coming as clarity and the new beginning, in something firm, intellectual connections with it. And then, you know, in this the state of waiting and state of boredom, though, they're defending their space. So they're defending their right and their want to be in this relationship with you, and to bring forth this clarity to you, even though you're just kind of sitting around, they're still willing to bring it to you. Again, he's about passion, you know, so bringing forth that passion in a clear and concise way. So he's going to be passionate about standing his ground and saying, hey, this is where I want to be. I want to be with you. And then the other energy that we have is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, like I said, this guy is shy. He doesn't really want to express his feelings. He does want to offer you love, but he's reserved about it. And with that, there's arguments, there's turmoil, fighting. Um, Maybe because he can't get the words, can't get this, you know, how he feels off of his chest. But it definitely is having some sort of conflict over. Hey guys, sorry about that. I noticed that my camera actually died in the middle of talking, so I'm not 100% sure where the energy was going and such. And then it's been a couple hours actually since sitting down to record. So going back on here, of what we're saying is that um, this King of Cups, he's having fights, and I really feel that it's like an emotional fight for him. Um, and so he's really fighting to get the clarity out, um, and to really cut all the bullshit and to be able to communicate, and so that he can then be the king of wands and be the guy that he needs to be. And what's funny was that the king of brushes is here, so maybe this is more of like an evolution that this person, this masculine energy. Oh, speak of Kitty, my tiger. Sorry, he is a camera hog, like most kitties can be. So maybe it's like he's going through the cycle of like how he was being shy, is fighting passionately inside of his head to get the straight truth in the matter, so that he could become this King of Wands and to be able to come and offer you some clarity in the situation, so that you can stop waiting around, and that you can actually, um, have a firm standing on the situation. So very interesting that we do have the two King of Wands. So it's either two individuals or it's just one individual that's excuse me, that they're encompassing both and all. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pull some. I think with the way that this reading is going, let's see actually who we can get some clarifying of who this person is, this masculine energy. So these cards here are from a fortune telling deck that I have. They are playing cards. They're actually obviously smaller than playing cards, but on them, each one has a person on it. It's a Jack, Queen, and King, and each one has contributing features. So what I want you to do is think about pick either A, B, or C, and I'll go ahead and I'll pull a card for each one, and this will kind of hopefully tell you who this person is that's coming towards you. If you're drawn to two of the choices, maybe it is two people coming in. Okay, so I'm going to say this will be for A, B, and C. Okay, so for the group that picked A, so we have a king, and this king is the King of Hearts or the King of Cups. And so he is an older gentleman. He has, this shows here, maybe he has gray hair or graying in his hair, but he's definitely an older gentleman that has a lot of love and abundance. And ironically, on here, he does have some swords. So we do have the two swords that are, represented in this reading. So then group 2 is another king, and this is the King of Swords. So we do have the King of Swords here. And so this is going to be an older gentleman who has probably facial hair, shorter hair. I don't like trying to figure out or think about like ethnicities, because this is like a very Eurocentric deck. It's based off of the Italian imageries, the Renaissance feels to it. So unfortunately, most of the individuals look like they're, um, white Eurocentric. And then the last card, if you picked group 3, it's actually still to be determined. Like the universe does not really want you to fully know, and that's why I have the Joker here. It's either that it's just not the right time to reveal this individual, and then they'll be able to reveal it in the time that it needs to be. Okay, so very interesting that we have these two. So maybe it is just these two energies, these two masculine energies that are coming towards you, both the King of Hearts and the King of Swords. Very cool. All right, I'm going to move those off to the side. And let's go ahead and pull our map. Go ahead and pull some oracle cards. What does the universe have to tell us? I'm going to pull 2 more. Have to tell us, or this day, Tuesday. What does the universe have to tell us? There you go. 2 more. Okay, so additional information is rescue. Okay. Moonlight. Ooh. Okay, so the first one here, rescue. I'm actually thinking about how our person is such an independent person. Um, the female in this reading is very, very secure, able to hold their own. And maybe this masculine is actually the one that feels like they need rescuing because there's a couple different layers. And that does look like a woman on top, but maybe he feels like that he's on this adventure to get back and to rescue this woman. And though she doesn't need rescuing, I mean, she's not in danger or anything, and she has this beautiful, emotional, um, nurturing environment. But maybe he feels like he has to go through these barriers or layers or through this conquested path in order to get to her. And so maybe the first step is this first component here, and then the next step is this component here that we had talked about. I'm also getting like the cycles of the balloon, the hot air balloon. But it's the fact that he's looking through this telescope and he's not looking at her. He's looking over here at this chimney. And the chimney has a nice rainbow on it, or through it. So it's like he's not really actually looking at his target. He's looking at the future and the brightness and the beauty of what can be, can come out of it. But he really needs to set his eyes on trying to maneuver this balloon to be able to get to her. I'm also getting that maybe the female needs to make sure that she is open and receptive of this energy coming in. Not necessarily that she has to give up her independence by any means, but more of the fact that she just needs to be able to allow the possibilities of this person coming into her life. Now, goblins here is all about those inner goblins and the little demons and the negative thoughts that come through our head and the unknown, like the deep unknown. So this here is actually done by the Colette Baron Reid, or done by Colette Baron Reid, and she actually has a great talk about the goblins and such, and how to overcome the goblins within. And I really recommend you taking a look at her. I think she has a YouTube video about how do you acknowledge your goblins, and how to love them, and then how to release them. It's all about negative energies and negative thoughts and your insecurities and such. So make sure if you are the feminine energy that's watching, maybe it's about your insecurities. Like if you leave this state of firmness, of being this independent woman, and you open yourself up. That opens you up to vulnerability. And maybe you're afraid to be vulnerable because of some insecurities of, well, the last time I was in a relationship, something happened, and but you're not. You're in a different place. You've transcended, your past relationships, and you're moving forward. Hi, sweetheart. Come here. You're gonna have to move. Thank you. So with this here, I'm mostly seeing that this is light up top, and then as it goes deeper, it goes into the darkness. Um, but I'm also realizing that, like, even though it is dark, these creatures, they're not really scary. They're just unknown. So maybe it's about reaching into your depth and allowing yourself to explore, the depths of who you are, and to embrace these unknown features and those unknown emotions that you may be having. And then moving on to the last card here, we have Moonlight. And so with the moon, thinking of like the moon card, it's about illusions. It's also about lighting and illuminating a situation. Um, I can't tell if that's an owl, but to me, also moon, represents the intelligent, the knowledge, wisdom, and such. And that you have the owl here. As far as that I can tell, it's an owl. So I'm going to go with that with my feeling on it. But the fact that she also has her back turned to us, it's that state of being in being vulnerable, um, and maybe it's more of like illuminating your vulnerability and illuminating, your true beauties, because the moon is facing towards her, even though we don't see, her front or her face. The moon, which is the keeper, the revealer, keeper of secrets, um, and it's illuminating her. I think that goes along with the embracing your goblins and loving your goblins, and then trusting your intuition, once you are illuminated and once you do know the truth. um, being able to be yourself and to, I want to say, allow yourself to shine. um, for me, the moonlight is also, it's a romantic period of time. People that are in love go out for walks and they stare at the moon and they enjoy each other's presence in the nighttime. Um, and so it seems as though, like, she's standing out on this balcony, and she's just waiting. She's knowing, but just waiting. Um, and so to me, it's like she's sad because she's by herself, even though she's waiting. I hope that resonates with somebody. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple cards here from the Universe Has Your Back. And let's see what positive sayings that the universe has for us for this day. Show me what we need to see. Give us some wonderful supporting words of wisdom. Ooh, that one jumped real high. I'm going to have to pull that. Okay, one more. Pull that one. Okay. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so I can see what is of the highest good. Absolutely. So definitely taking into consideration, of, the, shining the moonlight and maybe revealing these goblins, and really start to understand them, is that, you're taking a shine onto that side of you that you don't normally see. And by shedding that light and embracing it, It helps you to see beyond those limits that you place upon yourself, and it expands your perception on the situation, on yourself, and how can you proceed. And as long as you are aligning yourself to your highest good and to your true self, you can't go wrong. You just expand even further. And of course, the universe has my back. So you're not alone in this process. Even though you are an independent person and you stand firm in who you are, just remember you're totally not alone. And I'm looking here and I see the circle of the balloon, the circle of the moon here, and then the moon here. So it's definitely a cycle. You're cycling through, you're coming to completions here. And then the last card was, I am the loving energy of the universe. Absolutely. So as most of us know, um, we are we are energy. We're made up of energy, and by all of us having energy and being connected in the energy, we're all connected. We're all together. So if the universe has your back, that means you have your own back. That means that you are not by yourself, and you are this loving energy that is being brought throughout the whole universe. Very beautiful. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for bearing with me. And, I can't wait to see what Wednesday has in store for us. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.